Hi students, welcome back to Google Classroom, Sri Gokulam Public School, Guruvayur. How are you children? Hope you all are fine over there. In the last class, we have discussed in detail about banking services. Hope you learned that portions. Today, we will discuss another form of business service, that is insurance. Here in this topic, we have to study what is insurance and its important terms, then what are the main functions and principles of insurance and its various types also. Children, you know that every business faces a variety of risk. For example, there may be an injury to employees in job-related accidents. Goods may be lost in transit. There may be a fire in godown and so on. In all these situations, the entire loss is to be borne by the businessman or owner. But nowadays, the entire loss or damage is not entirely borne by the businessman. That means insurance helps business in recovering losses which arises due to various happening in course of a business, either partly or fully from the insurance company. Now the question arises as to whether all kinds of risks are covered by the insurance. The answer is no. All types of risks are not covered by insurance. Some risks are insurable while others are non-insurable.
To be specific, the risk of loss due to fire, theft, earthquake, flood, etc. can be insured on the payment of a nominal amount. These are called insurable risk. But risk of loss on account of decline in demand of a product due to change in fashions, introduction of new products in the market, or change in policy of the government, etc. cannot be insured. These are called non-insurable risk. The non-insurable risks are to be fully borne by the businessman. Now, let's discuss the meaning or definition of insurance. Insurance is a form of contract under which the insurer agrees in consideration of premium to pay an agreed sum of money to the insured to make good the loss, damage or injury caused by some uncertain event or on expiry of contract period. That means insurance is a contract between two parties and it covers the risk of an uncertain event in future. And at the same time, the insured or policy holder is liable to pay insurance premium. And the insurer or insurance company is liable to compensate the loss to the insured caused by occurrence of an uncertain event. Let's discuss important terms of insurance. The first one is insurer or insurance company. The agency which helps in entering into an insurance contract is known as insurer or insurance company. And the next one is insured. The person who gets his life or property insured is known as insured. Insured we can also call assured. And the next one is insurance policy. The agreement or contract is put in writing is known as insurance policy. Then let's discuss about the most important functions of insurance. The first function of insurance is providing certainty. Insurance provides certainty of payment for the risk of loss and it removes uncertainties and the assured or insured receives payment of loss. The insurer or insurance company charges premium for providing the certainty. The second main function of insurance is to provide protection from probable chances of loss involved in business. Insurance cannot stop the happening of a risk or event, but it can compensate for losses arising out of it. And the next main function of insurance is risk sharing. Insurance helps in sharing of risk. On the happening of a risk event, the loss is shared by all the persons exposed to it. How is it possible? In practice, a large number of people seek insurance by paying the premium, which results in formation of insurance fund. This fund is used for compensating a few among them who may suffer a loss. Thus, in effect, the loss is spread over a large number of people. And the last main function of insurance is assist in capital formation. The accumulated funds of the insurer received by way of premium payments made by the insured are invested in various income generating schemes, securities and projects which contribute to economic development of the country. So these are the main functions of insurance. Now let's discuss the most important part of this topic, that is principles of insurance. The first one is principle of utmost good faith. The principle of utmost good faith is a very basic and first primary principle of insurance. According to this principle, the insurance contract must be signed by both the parties, that is, the insurer or insurance company and the insured, in an absolute good faith or belief or trust. Utmost good faith implies that the applicant for an insurance policy should reveal all material facts about the subject to be insured. And this principle applies to all types of insurance contracts. And the next principle of insurance is principle of insurable interest. The principle of insurable interest states that the person getting insured must have insurable interest in the physical existence of the insured object gives him some gain, but its non-existence will give him a loss. Then what is insurable interest? Insurable interest means true, valid and direct economic interest of a policyholder in the continued existence or safety of property or person insured. In simple words, the insured person must suffer some financial loss by the damage of the insured object. And the next principle is principle of indemnity. Indemnity means security, protection and compensation given against damage, loss or injury. According to this principle of indemnity, an insurance contract is signed only for getting protection against unpredicted financial losses arising due to future uncertainties. That means insurance contract is not made for making profit, else its sole purpose is to give compensation in case of any damage or loss. And the next principle is principle of causa proxima. Principle of causa proxima is a Latin phrase, or in simple English words, the principle of proximate or nearest cause, which means when a loss is caused by more than one causes, the proximate or nearest or closest cause should be taken into consideration to decide the liability of the insurer. The principle states that to find out whether the insurer is liable for the loss or not, the proximate and not the remote must be looked into. And the next principle is principle of subrogation. Principle of subrogation is an extension and another corollary of the principle of indemnity. It also applies to all contracts of indemnity. According to this principle of subrogation, when the insured is compensated for the losses due to damage to his insured property, then the ownership right of such property shifts to the insurer or insurance company. This principle is applicable only when the damaged property has any value after the event causing the damage. And the next principle is principle of contribution. Principle of contribution is a corollary of the principle of indemnity. It applies to all contracts of indemnity if the insured has taken out more than one policy on the same subject matter. According to this principle, the insured can claim the compensation only to the extent of actual loss either from all insurers or from any one insurer. That means when an insured has taken more than one policy on the same property, he will not entitled to claim from each insurer more than the proportion of the loss for which they are liable. If one insurer pays full compensation, then that insurer can claim proportionate claim from other insurer. And the last principle of insurance is principle of loss minimization or mitigation. According to this principle, the insured must always try his level best to minimize the loss of his insured property in case of uncertain events like a fire outbreak or blast, etc. Besides, the insured must take all possible measures and necessary steps to control and reduce the losses in such a scenario. The insured must not neglect and behave irresponsibly during such events just because the property is insured. Hence, it is the responsibility of the insured to protect his insured property and avoid further losses. So, these are the main principles of insurance.
So students, I hope all of you understood the concept clearly. And please note that the related URLs, notes of the lesson and test paper are also attached along with the class. Make use of these available materials. Study well and attend the test paper without fail. That's all for today. Thank you.